And what I'm saying to you, genuinely, from the bottom of my heart, if women were not psyoped constantly and endlessly by the Matrix to believe that if a man gives them the entire world, they still have the right to leave him because he slept with someone else, you would have a whole bunch more happy marriages, parents would be together, all the arguing would go away, all this dumb shit, constantly complaining about men being men is ridiculous. Because even the loyal men, the ones who don't sleep with other women, you know what they're doing? They're paying her bills via OnlyFans. All these men who say, "Oh, I don't fuck anything else." It's not because they don't. It's not because they don't want to. It's because they can't. It's because they can't. So they're watching porn. Yep. They're buying OnlyFans. They're not loyal anyway. Don't confuse lack of availability and lack of capability with loyalty. Just because they're too pussy to fuck doesn't mean they're any more loyal than a man who can fuck. And that's the truth. If you want to talk about a loyal man, you have to find a man who's never watched porn, never bought OnlyFans, doesn't look at other girls in the mall, never cheated. You're not gonna find a single one on the planet. So let's cut the bullshit and be realistic. That's the truth.
So, real quick, I'll continue on. So,
married men pay your bills.
But I feel like that's a super transactional.
But married men are paying your bills.
But not necessarily. I mean, me personally.
Go ahead, boys.
My
be happy.
experience, I've dated a lot of I've only dated one person that's made more money than me. I'm not talking like.
So what happened to those relationships? Why did they end?
Well, it's different situations.
He was feminine, like he was trying to compete with you and be.
Did you end? Did you end it though, or did they?
One question at a time, please. She sounds
mostly
confused.
me. But
and then also real quick, guys, we went down on YouTube for a little bit, but we're back up right now.
Yep.
We're all on all the platforms, Kick, Rumble, wherever the fuck. So we're up right now, guys, everywhere. We fixed it. It was the streaming platform that we had. It wasn't the
point I'm making is that a man who is buying your content obviously lusts over you. Of course.
I would never date somebody that.
I'm not talking about dating. Please, I'm not talking about dating. Let's stay very focused. A man who is buying your content finds you attractive. He lusts over you. He doesn't have the capability to get you because he's a loser. So instead, he buys your content. That is the same man who says, "I don't cheat on my wife," because he can't fuck. Not because he doesn't want to fuck. Not because he doesn't find other women attractive. In fact, he finds them so attractive, he'll give up his hard-earned money, giving it to you, and he's never even fucking met you. He's more disloyal than the man who's out there fucking and going home to his wife. He's completely disloyal.
Thank you.
And you are confusing a lack of capability with loyalty. Men who can't fuck don't fuck and say, "I don't want to fuck." If a broke man starts saying, "I don't want a Ferrari," guess what? Nobody gives a fuck because you're poor. So it doesn't matter if you want one or not because you can't afford one. So my point I'm making to you is that it's married men, these loyal men, who are paying your bills because they're disloyal in their hearts anyway, because all men lust over women. So I'm saying we need to be very realistic about the world. That's the point I'm making.
Right. Okay. As far as like dating, though, I feel like that's a really sad way to look at relationships. It's
just
like,
reality.
It's the reality.
I feel like that's. I don't know. No, I don't think that's reality. I think that's
It's not Miami.
I'm from bumfuck nowhere, PA. People don't act like that where I'm from.
Right?
Oh no.
Okay. All right. Sorry.
I was gonna rebuttal.
Sure.
So with men, they emotionally are attached more to one woman, but sexually, they will lust. Like even if you're married for like 10 years,
but
they're gonna think about somebody or act on it. It's just in their nature. Like
I feel like yes, men are visually more stimulated and impulsive, but like it's a matter of respect. If you are with somebody for fucking 3, 5, 10 years, that you're gonna say, "Oh, I don't care about sex so much." Sex is not like 80% of your relationship. That's a like a very superficial way to look at a relationship.
Right. Even if they don't act on it, they'll think about it in their head or watch porn. So that's the reality of it.
Like I'm not. I feel like for me, and like you said, like.
Do you think the man watching porn wishing he could fuck is any better than the man who can fuck and does fuck?
Well, for me, I'm gonna like it's not a conscious decision. I'm gonna fall out of love with you. I'm gonna completely lose feelings for you if you cheat on me.
That's not true.
I mean,
women fall out of love with you when you go broke, not when you cheat. There's two important things here. No, but there's two very important things here you need to actually understand. And I understand what you're making. The point you're making. First things, relationships between women and men, friends, not sexual, are transactional. Business relationships are transactional. Relationships between countries are transactional. This idea that there's anything that keeps any type of relationship functioning besides transaction is false. We currently see it with Trump. He's doing all these things. Everyone's talking about international law, pieces of paper, all this crap. None of it matters. What matters is transaction. I'm friends with Myron and Fresh. They gain from me, I gain from them. It's equal. It's transactional. You're friends with girls, it's transactional. There's no such thing as being with someone and only giving or only getting. Everybody goes both ways. It's exactly the same in a relationship between a man and a woman. So what I'm saying to you is, sure, in the idea that the man's paying half the bills, the woman's paying half the bills, she ain't really getting much from him, he ain't much better than her, he can't really educate her, she has to do a lot of shit herself, she has to treat him like she treats her kids, yelling at him to put the video games down, he's a bit of a loser, whatever. Of course, that's a different type of scenario than a man who has all his shit together, because the transaction's completely different. It's transactional. And what I'm saying to you, and that's the only scenario I'm describing, if a man is providing the entire world, like many rich men do, giving you everything, trips to Saint-Tropez and private jets and all your dreams are coming true, then it's a transaction. And what is he getting back? What he is getting back is not nearly as much as he's giving. So the least a woman can give him is some freedom.
I feel like when I date people, I don't date them based off of like, what is this guy's income? What can he do for me? Da 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 da. It's like if I have chemistry with somebody,
Let
her finish.
It's usually people that I've known for like years at a time that are like the like family friend kind of guy, like whatever. And it's like, you know, it just happens one day and then it's like we have insane chemistry and then, you know, it goes from there. It's not like, I don't know, like I don't ask people how much money do you make, like whatever the fuck.
No,
like,
but you subconsciously judge them. Because that's
I don't.
No, but all humans do.
But I don't though.
All humans do. I subconsciously judge all of you.
I think I judge people more based off of physical appearance than whatever.
Of course.
else.
So you're going to judge him on his height. You're going to judge him, and you can't say, if you're honest, you cannot say that you won't judge him based on the car he drives. Don't lie.
I don't give a. Most of the
it doesn't
men
matter
that
if you give a
are
fuck about cars.
Driving clapped out Volkswagens.
Okay, well that's your decision. My point is, the point I'm making is, because we're humans, we all make constant, endless judgments on everybody. And I am saying to you, and I would argue that if you took the exact same man meeting you for the first time ever, any of your exes, if he pulled up in a Lambo or pulled up in a bus-up old Toyota, you would talk to him differently. I would argue
Absolutely.
that. Of course you would. Just like a man talks to a beautiful woman differently.
If anything,
just like,
I think for me, if somebody pulls up like that, they're probably renting it, especially living here. You're probably renting it. I'm thinking this guy's a douchebag. That's what I'm thinking.
So you're saying that you don't judge anybody by any of the appearance they give out. You're saying that you're like a perfect human.
No, I'm saying no. I'm not saying that at all.
Okay, so of course you judge people.
My thing is like the where I judge people the most is probably physical appearance. I like what they look like.
Okay, so if you were with a really good-looking guy or a really ugly guy, would that change how you talk to him and how you approach him?
Probably not. I've dated both. I feel like if I put everybody in a lineup that I've dated, you probably wouldn't be able to pick them out. Like I've dated fat guys, I've dated ugly guys, I've dated like super pretty boy TikTok boys. Like I've dated a variety.
And none of it worked, right?
No.
Go on a private platform.
What the fuck?
What is that?
It means OnlyFans, and it's fine. It's fine. Girls, I'm not here to blaze you for OnlyFans. It's too easy. I'm really not here to do it. You know what? Genuinely, you're just a product of a fucked up society.
There you go.
I agree.
You're a product of a fucked up society. You're sitting here, you're being told you should be independent. You're being told you should never submit to a man. You're being told you should be from buttfuck Pennsylvania and not look for a man who can provide for you. You should fuck some dude because he's funny. You're running around the world. You don't understand anything about how things actually operate. You're sitting at home, your bills need paying. The only thing you have on the planet anyone gives a shit about. The only thing you have on the planet anyone gives a shit about is pussy. You got a camera phone, so you try and make some money. This is a fucked up world. You're living in it. And for you to ignore the psyop, for you to resist the psyop as a female is extremely difficult. There is a reason why men have been in charge of everything since forever, because we help you and protect you from yourselves. We come along and say, no, don't do that. That's wrong. That's why fathers were in charge of their daughters. I'm going to save you from your own decisions. But now we're not allowed to do that. So you've been left to your own devices. And what do? take pictures of your pussy, sell it for fucking pennies. That's what you do. You're a victims of a fucked up society. Yeah. And I'm not attacking you saying that you shouldn't have an OnlyFans. You're doing what anybody who's caught up in this bullshit matrix, who's never looked at it detailed and thought about what they're doing, is going to do. Yeah. You're selling pussy for fucking pennies because that's the world we now live in. And what I'm saying to you, genuinely, this is an actual thought experiment. I ask you, as women, is it better to be a woman who's taking pictures of her pussy and selling it for pennies? Or is it better to be the wife of a rich man who takes care of her completely and once a week he's gone for an hour? Like, which is actually more respectable? Damn. Which is actually better? Which is going to lead to family? Which is going to give you kids? Which is going to give you love? You think the man doesn't love you? Of course he loves you. None of these men who are paying for your fucking pussy pictures are going to defend you if someone breaks into your house. So I'm saying to you that this idea, oh no, cheating's so wrong. I couldn't have a rich man who takes care of me because he'll have another girl. I couldn't accept that. Instead, what I'm going to accept doing, because I can't pay the bills, is taking pictures of my pussy and tits and selling them to fucking randoms for 99 cents. And you think a man cheating is wrong? Wake the fuck up. If I was a chick and you said to me, you can go to Monaco, get a billionaire husband who fucks other girls and live on a yacht, or you could take pictures of your pussy with a fucking iPhone 14 and a cracked screen. Guess which one I'd do? Because I'm not an idiot. So this OnlyFans shit proves how stupid your decisions are in the fucking first place. Wake up.
It wasn't you charged for, human trafficking?
Yeah.
In America?
Yo.
Not
Correct.
America. Not America.
El Chris, bro.
Where?
I was so we can talk about this. Let's talk.
Oh,
about
yeah,
this.
yeah. We would love to hear about it.
This is a long 1 hour story.
It's legal in her country, so that's why she's like confused.
But I caught a case in the most corrupt country in Europe for human trafficking, money laundering, organized criminal group, attempted murder, assault, battery, for 21 different charges. They're saying I was the head of a mafia. Cool as fuck. But of course it was a lie. And I beat the case. It's a very long story, but to make it short for everybody at home, your ability to speak freely is directly correlated to your insignificance. I was the most Googled man on the planet in 2022, and they attacked me for it with the legal system, just as they have done with nearly anybody who's famous.
I've never heard of you. Well, first time
that's a good thing. Yeah. It's a good thing. So you get brand new ideas into your brain. That's a good thing.
What's crazy about that case is like there were 2 girls, there were 6 victims total, and 2 girls were like, we are not victims. They were literally saying over and over and over again, we are not victims. And yet they kept putting them in the same category as the other. There were 2 of them that were anonymous, and then the other 2 were, when you look into their past, these are women who had trapped men, extorted money from men. Men had literally killed themselves over their actions. Right. And this constitutes the women who were apparently the victims in the case. It's bullshit. I did a video on this like 2.5 years ago before it was cool to defend the Tates. Yeah. Destiny the streamer sent all of his little liberal army against me, but time exposes or promotes you, and I knew that eventually he would be vindicated.
My G. I was set up by the system. Wow. On a political podcast, I'll give the 2-hour story when I talk to these guys. I was set up by the system. That's what happened.
That's a whole nother story. The system.
It's a whole. I don't want to ruin the night. I get too serious.
Yep.
I was set up by the system. Yep. And if you understand how the world really operates, how the world actually really works, you will understand that a lot of people are constantly and endlessly set up by the system. Yep.